quick early morning stream and do one last VMA draft. They're pretty fun. I actually like the format, but I assume most people don't want to watch it because there's tons of people that stream limited. But like I said, I had a few requests and I've got all these packs and it's the last day of it. So you're like, YOLO, we'll throw one together. Though, I gotta be honest, before we even go into this draft, probably going to force white, green, or white, red like I always do. Like, I literally have no depth in this format. I just always draft those decks because I think they're the by far best decks. The red rights card can steal so many games that it's absolutely ridiculous, and just so many of the archetypes cannot beat Battle Screech. There are several sweepers in this format though, so like you have to be careful. I actually went 0-2-0-4 in a format the other day when I had my opponent at round 1 and round 2 had a sweeper on turn 5 both games, which was a little disappointing, but the deck was nutty good too. There's nothing you can do about it sometimes. Thank you, Mr. Magic Online. Appreciate it. If there's anything you guys think I can do to make limited videos better, please let me know, because I am not that educated with this type of thing.
I've got to tell you something important. It's not going to be easy. Quicksilver earns you unlimited 1.5% cash back on every purchase everywhere. Actually, that's super easy. My bad.
It's a little different than a lot of the other lists we play because it's got the full 4 Chandra's defeats and 2 Search for Azcantans in the sideboard. It only has 3 negates, which very worries me, and I honestly have no idea when I want to bring these searches in, so... Well, maybe they're not going to fire. Maybe the server goes down a lot earlier than I assumed it did. Don't actually know how to check that either. Let's join the queue though, so I doubt it. Oh wait, somebody else joined, so maybe I'm wrong. I apologize for this delay while we're waiting on folks. There's 4. We didn't open power. Think I did 8 of these, maybe 9. Didn't open power. Guess you're not that likely to. Finally opened a Soul Ring in a deck that Soul Ring isn't particularly good. That's kind of a weird feeling, because like normally you would like be absurdly happy with a Soul Ring, but it was like pack 3 and I already knew it wasn't going to be great. I damn near passed it for a Soltari Trooper, but the dream of turn 2 Battle Screech was too real. Did not get it, by the way. Every time I drew Soul Ring, I'd rather it just been a basic land that particular tournament. I wonder if I can pull up some of my other limited decks. Nope. Apparently they don't save anymore. I was going to show you how much I tunnel vision this format, but guess I can't do that. See if we can get some friends about. Those strong players did really well in these. And he made a big push the last day. I think I have a 73% win percentage in these right now, and I'm still down 16 tickets. Would be down 21, but I opened like a $5-ish card. Sorry about the long delay. I would edit this out of the YouTube video, except, quite frankly, I don't know how. Being uneducated is fun. Do an Eternal Daily or something, but Servers don't reset till 1. New sets out. Didn't update my decks or anything either. Up to 5. Six, getting there. You can do it, fam. Hey, it's Cup Corey. What it is happening? So for those of you who don't watch me play Limited, I always had the rare spot because for some reason I like to slow roll myself. So I like to try to look at the rest of the pack before I look at the rare. So if somehow we get like a power and I sound stupid talking about taking things over the money, you'll have to ignore me because I've not saw it yet. Five minutes in a queue. Could be matches that last less time than that. But I understand why the server's going to go down a few hours and these are going to be going forever. There's 7, so I've got my hand up. So when the pack opens, I will not know what the mythic / rare / special card is or whatever. There's something in my eye again. I hate allergies. The deck looks real fun to play. He does know he's supposed to draw every game, right? Like you're supposed to draw with 8 rack. I'll try to clean my eye out again. I apologize I do this so much. Alright, so we're back. What do we see? We see an Armadillo Cloak, which I think is absurdly good. Swords of Plowshare, which is obviously also absurdly good. Then we have some like... Oh, sorry. You guys probably couldn't hear me. Then we have some reasonable cards like Solar Blast, Emissary, and Vorvan. The power level from Swords of Plowshare and or Armadillo Cloak is kind of comparable. The sad thing is, like, the next best cards in my opinion are the white and the green cards plus this red card, so like passing this, it might be hard to stay in that color. It's really hard to pass the Swords of Plowshare though. We're just basically making our next player play this. Alright, we're going to take the Swords of Plowshare. Not happy about it, especially what we're passing. It might have been safer just to take the Solar Blast. So, immediately I see a Phantom Nashoba. I also see a Death Grasp and a Harrier. I think the Death Grasp is probably the best card in that pack, but like I'm really, really negative against black cards. Like I really just don't want black cards if I can afford it. The next best card in the green white decks, Nashoba is. In most of the other white decks, Harrier probably is. Aftershock surprisingly not good. We could try to Will the Tendrils and just force Storm, but Cube Draft starts tomorrow, so like I'm gonna get enough forcing Storm. Might as well just stay with my proven formula and take the white card. I'll say it's a proven formula, like I have scientific evidence to support it or whatever, instead of just my opinion and small sample size. Feel absolutely rewarded, by the way, when we get a third pick Battle Screech. There's some chance that we will to Death Grasp. If we will to Death Grasp, we could deal that, or we could will that black-white land, which would be nice. It might be hard to will to Death Grasp since we also passed an Emissary already and a Harrier. Like, kind of asking somebody on that side of us to play white cards, though they would have to give up one of those picks to have had the Death Grasp. God, the Battle Screech reward feels good, man. I personally call this the best card in the set below the level of rare. Kind of a slow draft so far. Took a long time to pop, and the picks are going to time. Oh, so another, wow, that is a really late Wild Mongrel. Just super late Wild Mongrel. We've already passed an Armadillo Cloak. There's almost no chance it wills. So that means we're probably putting somebody into trying to force green white from the other side. So I don't think I can take a Wild Mongrel this pick. I think Wild Mongrel's the best card in this pack by an actual pretty good margin, and I think Madness is pretty good. I actually think Wild Mongrel's pretty good into white-green decks. But because I passed the Armadillo Cloak, I'm going to take the still very good Trapper, but not nearly as good as Wild Mongrel. Yeah, I'm going to take the Trapper. I'm just going to keep staying on color. Having 2 drops for your Battle Screeches is great too, 2 and 3 drops. Pretty happy with our pick so far. Feel like everything is coming up Ray. I doubt we'll see many white cards in the next pack, but... So we have this same pick again. In general, I think the Nomad's a little bit better. I really highly rate these Nomads. They buy a lot of time on the ground. It's also worth noting the Elephant Grasp here, which even more secures that somebody playing that Armadillo Cloak is going to have a pretty strong deck. Elephant Grasp is a very good card, by the way. What do we got here? We don't have anything in this pack that we really want. The best card in the pack, still in my opinion, is Mana War. Brilliant Halos are playable, especially if you get a bunch of like evasion creatures, Shadow and Flyers, plus the Provokers. But you can pick up these later if you want, so I think it's better just to take a Mana War that I may or may not end up playing. I think the Serendip Efreet's a lot better than the Mana War. But we don't know that we're blue, and we know that we're white. I don't think blue's a particularly great color, and I would like abandon all of this blue if we just opened a red rights. So I think under those terms, we're just going to take the Phantom Nashoba again. Or sorry, the Phantom Nomad. It sucks giving up the Serendip Efreet there, but like I said, I just don't really value any of those cards. I think the best card in this pack is Paralyze, and I think the second best card in this pack is Vovine. But again, for the same manner, like I don't want to take these when I already have a Mana War, which I consider a better card. When I can just take a white card, another just random white drop that may or may not make our deck, but I think it's still a better speculative pick. Sometimes I play Radiant Judgment, sometimes I don't. That's kind of interesting. So we have a Killer Whale, which is another white card, or another good blue card. Well, playable blue card. We have a Goblin Matron, which is actually pretty good if we got some like Beetlebacks and stuff. Could just take the land because I really want to be red-white to begin with. Or sorry, yeah, white-red to begin with. But I think we're going to take the Killer Whale. Like, I think the card's playable. It's probably not likely to make this type of deck, but... It's kind of a hard pick. Death's Grasp is uncommon, so like picking up these are okay, but we've already got two pretty good white cards. Just go ahead and take this guy. Brilliant Halo could actually be played. I should read this card. Artifacts. Nope, probably won't have an artifact in our deck, so. Not likely to play any of those. But there's some world where we could sideboard in a card for that. Same with the Devout Witness, but again, we're not likely to play the Devout Witness either. The Spinalgraph's actually playable in this format, especially if you end up being like the white-black shadow deck. It's not great, mind you, because obviously it's got a pretty strong negative to it, but... Yeah, so I immediately see an Imperial Armor, which is probably what I'm going to take. There's a Kindle, but the armor's better. We have a Nomad. So we're probably just taking this. I don't rate this card as highly as a lot of people do, but if you get a quick evasion creature, you can just win a game with it. There's some percentage chance that we will to Bodyguard as well, which the Bodyguards are great in decks that need to protect this type of enchantment. I think it's better than the Kindle overall. Mainly because, again, it's still on color. The Radiant Archangel is reasonable too, but they will a pretty fair amount. And right now, where we pass Double Harrier and we think we're going to get pretty cut on white this pack, that I think the armor's just a better pick. Huh, Lightning Dragon. Lightning Dragon is mad powerful. Is a deep analysis, unlikely to will. Best card in the pack for us is probably just a Soltari Emissary, unfortunately. I really don't want to pass the Lightning Dragon. I think the Mana War is better than the Lightning Dragon, though, so like I don't want to take a worse blue sideboard card. And we're going to take the Soltari Emissary. At some point, we need to find us a second color instead of me just like going on down. Well, there's a Ringleader. There's a Brain Freeze. Pretty sad that we didn't go with the Storm deck now. I think there's been a lot of tools for it. We saw Fanatic Search, we saw Tendrils, we saw Brain Freeze, saw several Rituals pass. Could have probably made Storm work. I think the best card in the pack for us is actually the Carnophage. I don't like the black-white deck, though. And there is a Deathblade Elite, which is playable, and it is pretty good with the armor. Alright, whatever. I'll take one more white card. There's Astro Slide, but it's way too late to go into the Astro Slide deck. There's Sapperling Burst, which is great. Obviously, it's too late to go into the Waterfront Bouncer or the Basking Root Walla deck, and now I'm starting to think my colors aren't good. So now we can take a Chain Lightning, which is a very good, strong spell in the color I want, or we can take an Aven to go with our Mana War and our Killer Whale. The Aven's actually pretty good. But I like the red cards so much that I think I'm just going to take the red card. Probably end up not playing it and being very sad. We're pretty likely to play red if we take this. Like, I would probably splash for just this, but we already have this in our deck. I think this card's just as good for the most part. I think we're going to get a lot of white cards in pack 3, so I'm just going to go ahead and take this. I think we'll see Harriers and stuff in pack 3. Best card in the pack by a lot, Skaya's Embrace. We already have like a whole bunch of non-green cards in our sideboard. Probably unlikely to splash just for this. Probably unlikely to play most of these cards as well. Exile's not great in this format, but I think it's better than the other options in this pack. Super unlikely to play it. Reckless Charge is pretty good too. We had a bunch of shadow creatures, but we don't. Yeah, we're just going to take this card for the sideboard. Similarly, I think we're going to take this Afterlife for the sideboard. The Alphamiliar is actually playable though. I'm very unlikely to play an Afterlife when I already have a Dragoon or a Dragoon and a Swords of Plowshare. Alright, we'll take this random blue card. Still don't think I'm going to end up blue. I put it in the wrong pile because I'm not bright. Could send the mixed signal and take the Doffy here. I mean, I already said the Spinal Graph's playable and there's a Paralyze in this pack. So I feel like people aren't really valuing the black cards. But we'll take the Secluded Steppe. This card come back. I certainly value this card differently than some people. Yeah, we can take this for our Mana War, or we can take this to see what kind of black cards we see. I think I'd rather have this for the Mana War. I think black's not open, but like I don't think people are heavily taking the aggressive side of it. Deck's not really coming together very well, is it? We've only got 12 playables right now. Well, 12 cards that I actively want to play. Clearly, like, the Brilliant Halo will probably get played in a deck that has this many Nomads. Like, we already have 4. Alright, I give up. Taking this random black card here. Might end up being white-black after all. Even though, like, I've been actively trying to avoid it because I think black's that weak. Maybe I shouldn't have been trying to avoid it all this time. Maybe we'll just open, like, a Goblin Trenches or a Karavik's Torch or whatever and not have to think anymore. Still think the blue's our best splash. I think all 3 of these blue cards are at least reasonable, while I think Mana War is extremely good, and I think this card's actually kind of good. I'm gonna take the Falter. If we end up being red, which we could still be anything, I like having 1 Falter in my deck. I'm very unlikely to bring in the Renewed Faith. There's a 1/4 that lets you gain life that I'm more likely to play. If we found it. This card's just the best card in the pack. It shouldn't be in the pack that late. Neither should that. Like all of our blue cards are still reasonably playable. It's like looking like we're more and more blue, even though again, I'm really wanting to end up being red, white, or green white. The green white ship's kind of sailed. It takes a lot of tools. The red white ship's not completely sailed. Alright, so the best card that I see in this pack is the Beetleback Chief by alot. But it kind of commits us to that. Like, if I take this, I am playing the red cards. The only thing I'm giving up for that is like a Sacromancy, a Secluded Step, and a Solar Flare. I really just don't want the Beetleback Chief then, do I? Could take the Mesmeric Fiend. Huh. This is a hard pick. Mainly because I don't want any of these cards. And I feel like this pick's going to shape a lot of the rest of our draft. Could take this card. We do have a lot of ground guys. This guy can actually win games. Alright, I think I'm pretty decided that I think I'm going to play the blue cards now. Seems the less offensive of them. Council's Judgment. Pretty easy pick. Commando's reasonable too, but like, that ship's kind of sailed. Could have took the 1-drop black card last turn into the Mercenary this turn. Looks like I'm going to regret more and more like not forcing black. Again, I'd rather have Fledgling Gent or a Scary than the Griffin Moon. So again, it's looking more and more like I'm sad that I didn't force the black cards or didn't take the black cards. Wow. Could have had 2 Armadillo Cloaks. Could have had 2 Armadillo Cloaks, fam. Still could for that matter. Hey, no, yeah, it's a pretty fun format. Don't really have any of the evasive creatures to put it on, which makes it considerably worse though. So we're just going to take the sideboard card here. This draft's not going particularly well for Time Vault. It's not going particularly well for us, but our deck's reasonable. It's probably a 1-2 or a 2-1. Oh my god, there's a Battle Screech. Guess I should at least look at the pack, even though we won't see another card out of this pack. I mean, we'll technically see one, but it's going to be like an Addle, an Orcish Lumberjack, or something like that. I think I got a little bit excited there. Look at all the bombs that are still in this draft. I feel like people are just like goof grabbing or something. I don't know. None of these make our deck in any manner. This somehow, maybe we could find something to splash, but I doubt it. But since we play out of pod, I don't have to worry about taking any of those powerful cards. We're just going to go ahead and take the land and hope. Wow, another gift. Was somebody in white and then they like got out of white? I'm going to take this card because I think this card actually gets sideboarded in some matches. And it's a card I could actually play in the main deck if I felt like it as well. Really don't want to Killer Whale in the basically mono white deck. Yeah, I've liked this format pretty good, and we had a few packs, and it goes away in the morning, so we figured we'd throw one up for team people. We have 18 creatures if you count Battle Screech as a creature. Pretty high number of creatures. It's a good chance that I either don't play the Deathblade Elite or do play the Brilliant Halo, but it's something we'll think about a little bit later. Kind of don't want to play the Lonely Sandbar because I think we're going to be only playing like probably 7 islands. So like when I draw the white source, I'm pretty sure I'm just going to want the white source, or sorry, the blue source. I'm pretty sure I'm going to want the blue source. Though I do think I would play the second step. I actually have mixed feeling on this card. Some people think you play as many of them as you can get, but I've lost quite a number of games of needing an untapped land. Not playing any of these, not sideboarding any of these in, so we'll take the random rare because it's the random rare. It's not a rare in this set. This was a rare when it originally came out. Alright, we'll take the random foil then. This card still being in the pack blows my mind. Like, this card's pretty good, but then again, we did see multiple Elephant Grasses, multiple Armadillo Cloaks, and multiple Gaia's Embraces, so like maybe people don't need the random green enchantment. Kinda want this in this deck. Let me cut the Deathblade Elite just to play this. Arrogant Worm still in the pack. Wow. Just wow. So we got no Sotari Troopers, but we got that late a Battle Screech. It's kind of mind-blowing. I think I'm actually going to play the Blessing in this deck. We don't have very much evasion, so I've got a feeling that like we're going to have to swing through stuff pretty often. So I think I'm going to cut the Deathblade Elite in this particular deck and play the Chroma's Blessing, even though that's not something I would typically ever do. So I definitely think I want 7 of these. Good chance that I technically want 8. Wait, where'd I mess up at? 1, 2, 3. Oh, I have 18 lands. Okay, that's where I messed up. I don't think the Owl's very good at all, but like I really don't like my sideboard. I don't think this deck come together very well. Probably don't want the Owl. I have 10 million 2-drops. I actually probably want the Sandbar too. I forgot that I had this Stoic Champion. Forgot that I had the Champion, so I'm pretty sure I want the Sandbar as well. Which means I think I'm going to play this over the Deathblade Elite. Mainly because it has cycle, but I think it's a reasonable card that I don't really want. Just don't like the Decklist Elite if I don't have a couple of enchantments. Now to 16 creatures. I don't really want the Killer Whale either, though. I think Killer Whale's fine, but I just don't think I want it in this deck. Eh. It's a big blocker and it's just 5 mana. So I'm pretty sure that I'm going to think I want to cut the Killer Whale. I normally always play a Halo or two when I have a bunch of Shadow guys, but in this deck we've only got the one. I'm not sure I want it with just one. If I do want it, I probably want the Decklist Elite too, just in case. The Bodyguard's pretty good. Like, the Bodyguard helps protect the Imperial armor and some other things. I really don't think I want this card, though, so I think the Bodyguard's better than putting in the Decklist Elite and the Halo. It is, in fact, pretty decent on Nomads, but I mean, it just ends up being a 1-2 at the end, which isn't spectacular, but does let it block forever. Then again, Decklist Elite kind of blocks forever on its own. Could cut the Repeal and just play the Bodyguard, the Elite, and the Halo. Cut it in a Peel, land in a Well. If I cut a Well, I can also cut an Island. I think I can cut an Island. The Well is a very good card, though. Well, I said very good, but I think it's a reasonable card. Hey, Dung. Yeah, we don't do it much, but have all these packs, and somebody requested it. We'd already played one. We figured, why the heck not? I pretty much always force white in this format, though, so, like, I probably shouldn't stream these, because people probably get bored of me just drafting little white 2-drops over and over. I think this is what I'm going to submit. I don't really like Exiles in the main deck. There's decks I would bring an Exile in versus, but I don't think this is one of them. Well, we cut the Repeal too. I only have 3 blue cards now. If I didn't like this blue card and this blue card so much, I'd be tempted just to add random white cards so I can be monocolor. Definitely, like, this card's not great, but it's okay. Sorry, this card's not great, but it's still okay. Yeah, it was. I think it was Alliances. Kind of don't want this card anymore. It's still fine. It's a way to get rid of extra lands in the middle of a game, I guess. That's fair, but I just meant like when you watch somebody like Kenji or like Caleb or somebody, like, they actually explore the entire format and draft really cool decks. And I always just draft a white weenie deck in this format because I felt unless I like open an early Goblin Trenches or an early Astro Slide, that there's like just nothing that I want to be in other than this. I think this is what I'm going to submit. Actually, I have a few sideboarding options with this deck too, which I like. Not many as I normally would have, but I think this is what I want to submit. It's actually the first 16 land deck I've played this format. I generally always have like some Radiant Archangels or something hanging over here. Oh, I got past one trench, like a pack 2, pick 3 trench, and I was like, yep, I'm playing red now. And then in another draft, I think I got past a late one and ended up not playing it and like sideboarding in a death grasp all the time over it, but mainly because I also got one of the black-white lands. But no, like I watched Caleb last night, and Caleb was like drafting all sorts of really cool and fun decks. I always just draft boring. Well, thank you, Moto. Appreciate that. I'm surprised we didn't see a single Sotari Trooper of this draft, though, especially as late as we saw both of the Battle Screeches. I kind of want to keep this hand. How crazy is it to keep this hand? Like, I'm going to keep it. Wow. That's insane. I think I've only even saw Astro Slides in like... I think I've only ever saw an Astro Slide or a Rift somewhere in Pack 2. Like, I don't think I've ever saw one early. I kind of want to draft Storm. But like I was saying earlier, like... I think this was a draft that looked like I could draft Storm, but it's really hard to draft Storm when like Cube Draft's gonna be up for the next X amount of time. I don't think so. I don't think they changed anything but art. Guess I'm gonna lead with this one. I have a decent drop for the next couple of turns. Could just have Counterspell, which would suck. I find versus the blue non-storm decks that Battle Screeches often just run away with games. So he's got at least 3 colors. Pop that up so I don't forget about it. Oh, actual Counterspell. That's probably pretty bad for us. And Esper colors. A 0-2 to draft yesterday where my opponents on... I went 0-2-0-2 in both games as well. My opponent had a turn 5 sweeper all 3 games. I was salty. Or sorry, all 4 games. My opponent had a turn 5 sweeper. I was like, man, my deck is ridiculous. I'm just going to play this. I guess I'm not going to play a land. I might throw all of these away at some point. Most of our curb's pretty low, so I think it's unlikely that we're going to draw 2+ spells. Wonder what opponent's doing. I'll attack first. He's gonna have to be this game. Something we can play? Maybe it was a mistake to attack first. Because I certainly don't really want to play this right now, do I? Oh, it's probably still fine to play it. We'll figure out how to buy it back later if he doesn't cast Famine or something. There's a 3-turn clock with just what's on the board. Magister Worth. Hey. That's the sweeper. One of the sweepers that got played on me on turn 5 both games. I'm just gonna say the opposite of whatever he pressed. Like, they had Mana Prism into this 2 games in a row. So, Wrath of God / Reanimate. Like, he can buy it back if he chooses. Still has 6 cards in his hand. And a 4th color now. Goodbye, Phantom. We will miss you. He's got double blue spells and all 4 colors. That card's pretty sick, for sure. I've drawn 9 of our 16 lands though, so like we're not going to draw many more lands this game. Providing like he doesn't just run away with it or whatever. The other sweeper that was... Oh, there is the Slide and or Rift. The other sweeper that they had on me yesterday was they just had Navy Disc on turn 4, blow it on turn 5 both times. Yeah, I like opponent's deck. He's got a lot of powerful cards. He's already got another Chainer's Edict and everything. Hello. Might as well play it. We've already got rid of our only looter. Do I get to bring in a Devout Witness that I probably never use? Ring of Gix as well. That's a strong card. Definitely going to be bringing that thing in then. Yeah, I want to keep playing long enough to see what his kill condition is at least. If it's like, if he just has like one big non-white creature or whatever, like I can bring in Exile or something. I definitely want to see how he's killing me. I don't expect to win. Like, I would be shocked if we somehow won this game. Like, he can just, like, flip this and gain 1,000,000 life. Oh, it's... Like, he's gotta have a way to win, right? Because that's bad. I have the Brilliant Halo, I might as well use the damn thing. Screw it. Too lazy to press the button. Maybe Magister Worf was his only way to kill people. Attacking with the I can't press F6 because like if he bounces this Fateful, I'm going to want to use the Beaumont. Alright, I can press F6 now. It's going past blocks. Alright, boys, we've dealt damage. What are you going to do? I don't know why I still have my sideboard on the screen. Completely ignore that. Could have like Decree of Justice or something. We wouldn't beat that. We have a Council's Judgment in here though. Like if he's only got one big creature, like one big creature is something we can beat. Don't know what's in our opponent's deck. We have built a big board again, though. I'll be shocked if we win. Choking Tether, that's a interesting card. F6 has been pressed, friend. Goodbye, bird. We'll miss you. You were our favorite bird. I like opponent's deck. I'm pretty jealous that I don't have Astro Slide. Oh, the second Choking Tethers. I mean, yeah. I guess his kill condition can be the bottom card of his library if he only has one thing or something. Oh, Sakatog. You're probably going to be a hard one to beat. Feel like it's probably pretty easy for our opponent to close here, but maybe not. Forget if Wonder's in this format. I don't think it is. Sure. Could have sacked a bodyguard, but figure we can do that later as well. We still have the Deathblade Elite for this turn. Ah, great. We're not even dead if we take a Sakatog yet. Can draw Council's Judgment just to go after this thing too, providing he doesn't have a second counterspell. Or like a Power Sink or something. What is this? What do you do? Alright, that thing's kind of big. I think this kills us pretty easily before we can win the game. We have like one turn to draw Council's Judgment for it. No, the green one is Brawn, I believe. Brawn, Anger, Wonder, maybe Glory? I don't remember what the white one's called. I have no idea what the black one is either. I remember Brawn, Anger, and Wonder. Not sure how we're going to beat that card. At least this game. Filth. Gotcha. Filth and Valor. Yeah, well. These things don't really do anything at this point. Maybe he doesn't have another cycler? We could find a way to race? I think that's probably pretty unlikely, though. Lars knows it all, man. He's fanning his deck again, so he's still got another card that he wants. Sure. Down to 9 cards, so we're going to get to see almost his whole deck, at least. Sure. We're definitely dead now. Sure. Take our 4. Maybe he messes up and draws too many cards. I'm not sure. So you probably shouldn't attack with that. I get to attack back. Okay, so we get to see more cards. Which is the main reason I'm not conceding. I just want to see the cards. Something with an X in it. Could just be Karavik's Torch to the head. So he's like tapped a bunch of mana, then played the planes. Tap a bunch more mana? Decree of Justice, maybe? Wait, what? Oh. Well, that's odd, I think. So it has upheaval to worry about as well. Bonus deck is definitely sweet. That card's pretty good. Guess you're the worst one here? Whoops, didn't mean to discard that white, but we're going to have to discard some of them anyway. Just like Swords of Plowshare and win? I guess not. Card's kind of interesting. If we can only play one spell, let's play the one that can block multiple times. I think opponent was beating us pretty easily. I mean, he could still just have something that wins here, but like, I don't think he had to do the things he did. I think opponent was pretty much going to win the way he played. Or was going to win with what was on the board regardless of what's happening now. Feel like we could just accidentally draw a probably accidentally just draw a Council's Judgment or something and steal this game. Like his entire way to win's this at this point. Or not. I guess we should have left the blue card up. That's game. Oh, I guess we should have left Choking Tethers up. If I thought we'd be fine for the next turn. I didn't expect a card like that in his deck. I'm not going to make him go through all this. We know we're dead. He's doing more than 12. Man, I thought we were going to steal this game. I think our opponent gave us an opportunity to win when he didn't have to. Could have drawn this, could have drawn this. Maybe I'm supposed to leave this up. Maybe I'm supposed to leave the tethers up, I'm not sure. Thought the tethers would be better on some turn that maybe he played Astro Slide and tried to tap something. Was that a punt not leaving tethers up on that turn? It definitely ended up costing us the game, but like, I don't know if it was an actual mistake. Oh well. I think Exile's pretty good if he's trying to kill us with Sakatog. I think Repeal's pretty good if he's trying to kill us with that stuff. Definitely think Devout Witness is pretty good. What cards don't I want? Versus a bunch of removal and like tappy things, I don't believe that I want the Imperial Armors and the Halos. Also don't think I actually want the Akroma's Blessing versus the Helm. I don't think I want the Killer Well either. Deathblade Elite doesn't seem particularly good, but it can block a Sakatog like a bunch. I think this is the deck I want to sign or submit. I don't think I've ever sideboarded this card out versus anybody, so this feels kind of weird. I'm not sure if I should have left this up that turn. Alright. Let's run it back. It's got an Upheaval and a Magistrate to worry about. It's going to be hard. Wow. Well, that's unfortunate. That's pretty unfortunate too. What's with these hands? These hands are actual trash cannons. I don't want to keep this hand. I'm not going to. Alright, I think this hand's much better than that. Kept arbitrary 2-drop on top of my deck. I think it's going to be pretty hard for us to beat him if he puts up any resistance at all, but we did mulligan to 5 versus a deck with sweepers. Sweepers and removal spells. A power sink? Okay, not a power sink. It's just more fixed mana. Probably play one more of these. I guess I won't go all in, but... It's a Sakatog? Kinda just want to Council's Judgment it and attack. It didn't feel like he had a whole lot of ways to win the game, but maybe we can't beat a giraffe later. Giraffe? I'm not sure how you pronounce it. Maybe we can't beat that card later regardless. And maybe you're right. If I try to hold back, he can just, if he doesn't have it, he could just like play the Magister and get this back and I can't attack anyway. Might not have the land either. He didn't sack the Bad River during his upkeep like he did the other 2 times he used it, so he could just be landlight. Looks like he was a little landlight. He's got a second Sakatog? Wow. It's kind of unfortunate. I read this card and immediately thought I could steal the game from him, but like, kind of forgot that we don't have blue mana. Okay, so he ate those. I guess I'll play this. If we had a blue mana, it does potentially give lethal away. The untaps just has land, or sorry, just has Magistrate though. Like, it's going to be very hard to win. I won't say impossible because like we could draw like an STP and like a Battle Screech or something, but certainly don't feel like we're favored to win. I don't really feel like we're favored to win versus mini decks that have Magistrate in them anyway. I feel like that card kind of is crippling versus the archetype we play. Does he have nothing? It's kind of weird. You have a removal spell? It does have something, right? I think he's just going to take 5 damage. He discarded an Astro Slide. Okay, he does have something. Sure. Alright. Trapper still gives us a theoretically lethal attack. While we're still trying to dodge the big boy. Wow, we won that game. Did not expect that. Didn't get to show him this again. So he's got double Sakatog and an Astro Slide. He's got a lot of things. And an Upheaval. Wow. Don't think I'm going to change anything on the draw. I think 16 lands is still fine. I think 6 blue sources is still fine. Maybe I want a 7th blue source just because we added a 4th blue card. But I don't think so. Not when we have... I don't think so. I don't think I want another blue. I'm just going to run it back and hope to get similarly lucky this game. Can't believe we're an hour into this stream already and we've not even finished round 1. This hand's fine. Yeah, well, we drew 3 drops, so I'm going to go ahead and play this one. Yeah, I really enjoy this format. I should have played more of it, but like, I still need to learn how to play Standard. I got a Store Championship coming up. We got to win that Store Championship. It's life or death, man. My friends will make fun of me forever if I don't get there. Goodbye, my friend. We will miss you. Maybe I want to put another blue mana in. I think 6 blue mana was okay. We certainly don't even have a remotely fast clock this time. 12 at one of the stores, potentially up to 20 at the other ones. No. Island would be a fun draw. I promise. Our opponent would love it if we drew an island. I really feel like our opponent just F6 his turn there. I do not think that was, I do not think that was him just done with his turn. I think he F6'd his turn pretty hard. It's kind of interesting. I kind of want to cycle this because I really want lands, but like, I think it's good versus him too. Maybe I'll just keep it. He only has X amount of ways to kill us, so. We've only saw 3 things total that can kill us. We have 3 hard removal spells somewhere in our deck, so. You really think cycling it? Like, it can kill both Psychotogs and it can kill the giraffe. Like, I'm pretty happy just holding it. I still think I should have probably tapped that and attacked. He's got the Magister of Wharf too. Alright, I will listen. My turn late, but I'll listen. Seemed like it was easy to beat his lone game, though. Maybe it's not as easy as I think it is. Like, their long game didn't feel super strong to me. That's fair, but up people into something's not great versus Swords of Plowshare, right? It is a fair statement. I'm not sure it's that good if we just hold these cards for like super long amounts of time. And an Astro Slide? Don't think I want to Swords this. Maybe I do. Got another one of them, sure. Alright. I guess it's hard to beat him. So we would have got to cast a Nomad one turn earlier had we played the other way. This is our only card besides Council Judgment that really deals with the 4/7 as well. Feel like he's got a Magister of Worth already in his hand though, and he's just trying to decide about the best time to use it. It's kind of weird that he didn't sack the Flooded Plain this time. Famine. Well, that's a good one. Any order. Alright. See, have the hard counter spell now? Guess he just has the hard counterspell now. I think it's gonna be hard for us to beat him at this point. To be honest, I didn't know that dealt 3 damage. For some reason, I thought that was going to kill everything. So that's 100% my fault. I should have saved the carrier. Could cost us the game, too. Who knows? Could definitely cost us the game. Wow, I'm so bad. For some reason, I thought that just killed like everything with like 3 or less toughness and done 3 damage to him because I'm an actual idiot. Let's see how many more cyclers he has because this is a pretty quick clock. Thinking about putting another blue mana in our deck. I don't think he can kill us this turn. Let's see, 1, 2. I forgot about that Screech as well. Oh my god, man. You see why I don't win very much, right? I'm such a trash can. Yep. Can't believe I didn't use that. This can't kill me this turn. He can only deal 3, 5. Feel like he's getting ready to cast a Magister, though. I think he had it 2 turns ago. At least. But he could not. Maybe I'm just wrong. Kinda just want to attack here. I don't think getting the Battle Screech back is worth it at this point. I definitely should have got it back last turn, but I don't think it's worth it at this point. Sad thing is, he's not used this on this yet. I'm pretty sure you can target your own creatures. Yeah. I wonder if he's going to discard anything. Still going to use this here? Could just bounce it with something, but if he bounces it with something, it's hard for him to clear the board, right? We've not had blue mana for 2 games in a row. We've saw half our deck. It's gonna make me think I need a 17th land, even though I still don't think I do. Sure. So what does he have to survive our 3 attackers? Could have a lot of things. Like, just bouncing the Teferi's Faithful keeps him alive. Got 3 cards in hand though, he needs something good. That is in fact a good one. And an upheaval? Well, it's going to be hard to win now, ain't it? Just dead now. For some reason I feel like if we just saved the Swords of Plowshare earlier, maybe we couldn't have lost this. Now I'm not sure we can win. One drop? That's not a one drop. Think we're just dead. Let's see, 1, 2. Got 7 cards in hand, so that's plus 7. 15 cards. Alright, we're just dead. Alright, well, we got crushed. Might could have won that game had we played better. Definitely made several mistakes that last game. Should have saved the courier from the famine, and we should have played the second Battle Screech. Either of those could have affected the outcome of that game. Could have cycled the Judgment one turn earlier too, which would have got me a Phantom Neshoba, or sorry, a Phantom Nomad in play one turn earlier. And these hands are garbage. I don't think I've had a hand that I would consider average for this deck yet. Opponent mulligan to 5. I think there's a high chance this hand's better than mine since he scratched to the top. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe our hands have been above average. Oh, it's hard for me to think that seeing 7 lands out of 9 cards in a 16 land deck isn't like way below average. I have to target this to on itself, right? Yeah. I can't even play that. Like, it has to target itself. I think I've only saw two Fathoms, 2 Sweepers total, both Famine, in like all the packs I've opened. The Expunge on just the Deathblade elites. Odd, I think. Uh-oh. Online. Need at least a 4th land. This card's been surprisingly good at, like, I don't think it affected anything at any point, really, but I'm pretty happy I've got to use it. When do the servers go down tonight? Like, how long do we have to draft this? Is there enough time for another draft? I have no idea. Tell you one better than that, I don't even know how to check. Guess I'll just hold them. more things to loot with this? $14 more hours? Wow. That is a lot of hours. Uh-oh. Say it ain't so. We saw 11 lands and 19 cards? Is that right? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We have saw 11 of our 16 lands already. Theoretically means we can only draw 5 more this game. Oh yeah. No, don't kill him. We need him. He was our favorite little dude. Kind of don't like playing this on a board like this because all we get back is this dude, but... Don't famine us, bro. Well, it's a quick clock if we get a chance to. Alright, opponent's done. Apparently his hand was as bad as ours. I have to assume he's an aggressive deck, because he's got the white cards. That being said, I still don't think I'm going to change anything. Don't think I want the Killer Whale. I kind of don't want the Brilliant Halo. I don't want any cards in our sideboard that much either. He's already showed me a Swords to Plowshare Plus. Faithful isn't bad versus the aggro decks. It's probably better in a repeal. Don't know that he's an aggro deck, but still body. $16 lands on the draw with 2 draw steps. We already have the important color in our hand. There's 15 lands left in the deck. 3 of them come into play tap though. Still like a 70% chance to hit. Like, I think you keep this hand, right? Yeah, I'm gonna keep it. I think you keep a hand like this. Even if it's a cycle land, it's not the end of the world. Sure. We're probably like 40% to draw, somewhere in the 40 to 50% range to draw a third land. Can't cycle this if we don't, though. Probably won't cycle that. Probably just hardcast this. Depends on what he plays, though. I think Paralyze is very good in this format. Wait, why did he make it untap? Oh, he's wanting to kill? What? My opponent has officially blown my mind. I'm not sure what just happened here. There had to be a misclick, right? Feels to me like that had to be a misclick. I did that the other day. Made that misclick just going too fast, and then had to waste my turns paying 2 mana. Don't know if he wasted his turn or anything. He might not have had anything else to do, but... Guess I could have attacked with the Nomad and made him spend mana. So that was a play mistake too. Man, I'm playing like slop. It is 3:10 a.m. though, and I've been up a lot of hours. I should not be playing this badly though. Wonder if it's ever wrong to mana war one of my own Nashobas just to put it in my hand. I think I'm gonna cycle to Radiant Judgment. I have 2 other hard removal spells in our deck if we do happen to need them, and we've not saw anything to use this on anyway. Though, cycling the Choking Tethers might have been better. For some reason, I just keep thinking this guy's gonna like Battle Screech me or something though, which is why I haven't so far. Is it wrong just to put this in my hand? Huh. Well, I'm starting to yawn. I must be real tired. Down to 6% battery power on my phone as well. It's kind of interesting. I think I'm gonna kill this. Try to open up Pinra attacks. Probably get smashed by famine. English. English, Ray, English. English is my favorite subject. I don't think I'm gonna cycle this turn. I don't think dealing an extra 2 damage matters. Technically attack for 12 next turn too, so I could like just tap something and like bash for 1,000,000,000. Opponent's not really played any spells either game. Sure. Alright. I'll sack this one then. So you're gonna choose no? Huh. Definitely gonna attack for 9 this turn. Could have played this and attacked for more. I probably should have. I'm just gonna bounce this thing though. Yes, I spend this entire turn playing it next turn. It's kind of like going all in. Seemed like he had a whole lot, but maybe he does. Maybe this is real bad. Even if he does have a famine, I feel like we're not that far down the rabbit hole. All he has is another one of those 5-drops we just win. Alright, well that didn't do anything. I mean, he's not dead, but if he has another spell, we still have 9 damage on the table. Feeling pretty decent. Kind of want to do another draft, but I am pretty sleepy. Like, getting through this last round is going to be hard enough, I think. Still have to pack out tomorrow's eBay stuff as well. Okay. They are dead. Next round. We're playing for the pity 2 packs to sell. Because I don't think we have enough time really to do another one. Just going to leave the main deck how it is. Apologize if you heard like some weird noises just then. I was kind of like scratching my beard and my... Oh, it's Frank Lepore. I wonder if we're going to be in a video. I have no idea why that got big either. Hand's pretty decent. He'll probably be playing something sweet at least. If he just beats us with white weenies, I'm going to be a little discouraged considering, like, you know, he's Frank friggin' Lepore. He always plays the sweet ones. If he beats us because we don't get a third land, that's going to be sad too. Nashoba. You're also a Nashoba. Kinda want to kill this. Also kinda want to look for lands. But I guess I'm gonna play this. He's got Battle Screech, he's got Battle Screech. Not Battle Screech? Happy Days. Huh. Should I just play another Nashoba? If he gives it Shadow, I will kill the Fathom Nomad. If he doesn't, I won't. It's like a quarter of his damage almost, though. I feel like whittling him down and finding the blue mana for this Choking Tethers is probably our most prominent kill condition. Sure. Well, that was good. We'll kill the Emissary this turn too. Now the question is, do I want to deal 1 point of damage and keep this guy, or do I want to keep this guy? I think I'd rather kill the bodyguard. Not sure that I'd rather kill the bodyguard there, but I think I would rather. It's a pretty good card. Unless I'm mistaken, it doesn't do anything this turn though, right? It's at the beginning of his upkeep, so we get to get at least one more nice attack in. To see what he plays here, we may cycle this, we may hold it. Looks like we're going to cycle it. Interesting. I guess I'll play around. Do you play around Decree of Justice here? It's pretty easy for him just to have a random removal spell of some kind, so I don't think there's any reason for me to make this not block. Probably don't want to attack with this then. Does he really not have anything? He's gotta have something, right? Yeah. I say it felt like he had to have something. I want to deal the damage this turn for sure. So next turn we have a lot of different ways that can win a game. Okay, so what did he show us? He showed us a Spirit Mirror, which is an extremely good card, one really nice flyer. He didn't show us much. He actually just showed us a bunch of lands. What do we want versus him? Do we care about Spirit Mirror enough to bring in Devout Witness? Probably not. Like, Devout Witness isn't very good, to be honest. I think I like all the cards in the deck as well. The Radiance Judgment's not great, but it does cycle, and it does give some value to this. I'm pretty sure I'm good to go with this. Just going to run it back versus the Frank Lepore. It's actually 0-1 in this tournament. I didn't realize that. This hand's gas. We need to get another white mana at some point, but like we have some tools. Like this card's very good. Let's cycle this if we have to. I can play that and like block his shadow. I think I'm going to play this one. It's the one I'm most likely to be able to attack with next turn. Like if I got one white mana, for example, I could play either this or this and attack with this if I wanted. Also willing to offer him to trade, I think. I have a Mistmoon Griffin somewhere in our deck. So we have to see if he has the 4th mana in his own Battle Screech. Did not have his own Battle Screech. I feel like we can do pretty good race-wise like this. Just gonna take this 2 damage. Battle back with the world. Could play Radiance Dragoon. Which is an 8/8. And is a problem. We can block with these for quite a while if we choose. But we have a Council's Judgment and some other things in our deck. So I think for now, we have a Radiance Judgment, a Council's thingy, a Swords of Plowshare. So we have like quite a few ways to deal with that if we get there. What do I want to discard here? Guess I can discard the Stoic Champion. It's not going to deal damage at this point anyway. Might be willing to trade this for this. And just take the 3. We saw he has a Death Grasp in his hand, so I don't want to take too much damage. Alright, he chose to not allow to trade, which is fine. Another Battle Screech? Yes, please? Just gonna keep dealing damage here. See what all he has in his hand now. There's a good chance that we literally chump here. Less of a chance that we chump here, and more of a chance that we just chump now. Huh. Start with this. Swords to Plowshare. That's kind of interesting. Don't worry about his Death Grasp, though. Alright. Feel like we can keep winning with doing what we're doing? He's going to play Necroma's Blessing, and we're going to be deader than dead. I don't think I'm willing to take any more combat damage unless he forces it. Might as well try to get that out of here. He is choosing to kill 2 this time. Two, 3, 4, 5. So if he has an untapped land, we're not dead. If we save the blocker. We don't win though, do we? Trying to figure out how we win here, and I'm struggling to see it. He's got a pro-white, pro-blue creature now. Feels like it beats us pretty easily. Maybe if we can find a Mana War. Like again, I'm just really worried about a Death Grasp. Sure. If you deal 4 to us, we're dead. Nothing we can do about that, though. Choosing to let me block? Okay, he's not letting me block. It technically deals 6 damage. 6 damage doesn't win. What does that do? That lets me block next turn, so if I can somehow survive the turn. Can't really survive the turn though, because this is going to put me at 3. I don't have anything I can do about this guy either. I'm actually surprised we lost this game. I wonder if we played it poorly. Maybe I wasn't aggressive early enough. We may not have lost it. If he doesn't have a Death's Grasp, we've not lost it. If he doesn't have a Death's Grasp, we've won it pretty easily. Huh. I guess that's not true. We lose even if he has a Death's Grasp. Or doesn't have a Death's Grasp. We just definitely lose. Alright, did we die to the fireball? We did not die to the fireball. I don't think we have anything that lets us win here, but... technically we have 8 damage if we draw Imperial Armor. That's not Imperial Armor. We don't have 8 damage anyway because these things aren't tapped. Or are tapped, so I don't even know what I'm thinking about. I just don't have an out. I don't even have a way to gain 2 life. Is this power or toughness? It's power. I guess I can gain 2 life with this. I don't think that helps me win at all, though. Just leaves me not dead on board. Still not sure exactly how I win. But I guess we'll look for another card just to see. Man, we got beat by just big white creatures. Pretty impressive. Let me think about my deck for a second. Do I want to show him the Swords of Plowshare? Do we have any out whatsoever? So if this is dead, we just have no out. Yeah, we just have no out. I'm not going to show him the swords. Yeah, we have no out. Alright, what do we do now? He's again showed us nothing but, kind of like bigger white cards. We don't really have anything that we can do anything versus bigger white cards with. Maybe a repeal. If I put a repeal in, I'm taking a Brilliant Halo off and putting in a 6th land. Or 17th land, rather. I don't know why I said 6th. Alright, let's run this back. See if we can get a little bit more aggressive of a draw. Oh wow, wait, what did I mess up? I took one card in, one card out. No, I accidentally submitted 41 cards. What did I do? No, I put 2 cards in. Oh god, I'm an idiot. Alright, well, we tried to fix it. We were just too slow. It's kind of a tilt. I'm not a very bright man, though, so. If we don't get a 3rd mana, I'm going to blame it on that. What would we have took out? Would have probably taken out the Benevolent Bodyguard. So if we draw a Benevolent Bodyguard, that should not be a card. Guess we're going to play this one because we don't have a land yet. Mesmeric Fiend. It's like whatever. He pretty much has to take the Deathblade Elite unless he has a removal spell for it. And it's the worst card in our hand, so that's fine. Unless he just wants to use it as a fog and put a card back in our hand, but I doubt he'll want to do that with it. Yeah, so I thought he had to take the Deathblade Elite there. Just gonna play this one. It's the one that lets me attack for the most, and if I draw another land, I can play double spell on the following turn. It's also the one that's kind of harder for him to answer. Well, never really attack with that into that. I don't know. I guess I can. I would trade this to get this card back and that down one thing. I'm certainly fine with that. Not happy about it, but I am fine with it. And there's a key, big difference in that. Also lets our Deathblade Elite finish off his Nomad next turn if we need to. So it's a tapper? So I can play this and have this to cycle later, or I can just look for the land. Kinda don't want to cycle this. I think I'm willing to trade this for the Nomad. Keeps this at 2 as well. He may want to hold up mana for his tapper the rest of the game. May not as well. He may just want to slam that and be done with it. So if I play any of these, I can't attack this turn. I still think it's fine. There's a good chance that I don't block, but there's also a great chance that I do. He's at 11. Let's see what he does with his turn first. Yeah, that's a card. Alright, so decision time. How much do I care about 8 damage? I legitimately believe the answer is 0. Hopefully he doesn't have a way to give his Radiant Archangel protection. Because this is a key turn in this game. If he does, we're not in good shape. Guess he's going to tap this one, but I'm still just going to swing all out. Willing to trade whichever one of these he wants for that. And more than half of his life total. Feel pretty good. Even if he does have his own Battle Screech, we have a Choking Tether somewhere in our deck that maybe we can get to. He's tapping 5 here for a Death Grasp up to 7, which is nice. There's just another Battle Screech. Pretty sure I'm just going to play the other Battle Screech. Do I care enough about 1 damage to attack with the birds? Probably not. So if I attack with 1 here, he goes down to 5 if he blocks that. Next turn he can tap this. I don't know. Doesn't feel like there's a lot of a reason to. Makes blocking for him harder. Because if he trades with the champion now, we get the extra damage from the bird next turn. If he just kills the bird now, that's fine. Because we get an extra 2 damage this turn, putting him at 4. Either way, it feels pretty advantageous for us. And again, even if he does find a way to draw out of this, like his own Battle Screech or something, like, we can just draw a Choking Tether. So, Urborg Uprising and GG. Alright, so we got our 2 trophies. I think we could have won round 1 potentially if we'd played better. Who knows? We certainly didn't play well enough. But this is our deck. I don't think it's particularly very good, but it was fine. We're just really missing a lot of the shadow guys. Like, the shadow guys are like key in this deck. And considering it seems like nobody wants to watch this format, I'm going to have to highly apologize for all the limited that I've done the past couple of days. But I appreciate you guys coming out. I think the deck was okay. It's kind of odd that we didn't see Troopers, because we saw an absurdly late pack 1 Screech. It was like 6th or 7th pick. And then we saw a pretty late one later. So I was surprised we didn't pick up more white. You just like making fun of me, though. You like picking on poor little Ray. I wish I'd played game 1 better, or round 1 better. I don't care so much that I lost to packs, but I would have liked to have played that game properly just to see what the outcome looked like. You're the limited king, though. I love looking at all of your tweets that you post with like your deck lists and stuff. I always go through all of those trying to learn as much as I can. Anyway, who am I going to host? It seems like almost no one's online that I actually follow. So I'm going to host Kosho Sandwich. He's playing Sultai Energy, and he looks like he's playing the build with the Gearhulk, so this would be very likely the Jabberish build, which I feel like that deck's like on the path of what I want to play, so I probably need to watch it some more, because it did not do great in my testing, but as we all know, I'm not a great player. But anyway, thank you all for coming, and I'll be back Thursday for sure. I may be talked into doing a cube tomorrow, but again, like, me doing cubes isn't particularly fun because I'm either going to win or I'm going to lose because I'm going to force a combo deck, and sometimes you get there and sometimes you don't. Like, it's just what I like to do in powered cubes. I play the modern cubes and the legacy cubes a lot different, but when you give me the power cube, I just have to go for combo. I don't know what it is about power cube that just makes me have to try. But anyway, again, thank you all, and take care, everybody.